I'm third generation potter. My grandfather started this business and we moved here in 1956, and we started really doing well, and we had 20 employees and have done pretty good in the pottery realm. And we've evolved into a pretty fancy art type pottery that is highly collectible and has become known worldwide. All of our glazes have been developed in-house by the foundation created with my grandfather's work, and I've built upon that and expanded our color palette, and I'm trying to really mix up all these colors and brighten everything up. For instance, this one would first be thrown on the wheel. It's going to take not very long when you've been throwing on the wheel for 30 years. But it took 30 years to get to the point to where we could throw this on the wheel in 5 minutes. And then we will let it sit for maybe 4 hours, half the day, and then it becomes leather hard. And after that, we're going to incise it and carve into it all the different designs that you see. And after that, we would let it dry for maybe 2 weeks. After it's dry, we'll sponge the pottery with a wet sponge, and it'll take all the hard little pieces off and soften it up. So from there, we'll sign it, put it into the kiln, and then it will fire the first firing for 4 hours. We have to cool it off overnight, and the next day it's able to be glazed. And as soon as it's glazed, you're able to put it in the kiln and fire it up to a little bit over 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. And that takes about 7.5 hours to get up to that temperature. And then after that, if everything goes well, the next day, after it's cooled, we'll open the door and we'll have a wonderful finished piece. This pottery right here has been bisque fired. It's been fired the first time. You're going to see my large old kiln that I don't use too often. And right here is the one I use regularly. Currently it has some large vases that were just bisque fired last night. Down there I have pottery drying, waiting for the bisque fire. This is my main glazing area. I do lots of spraying. I would take a piece like this and just start applying the glazes in a lot of different ways. Depending on how you put the glaze on and which order, you're going to get different results. Thanks for joining me on this tour of my art pottery factory, and I hope you'll come and see me. I'm open Monday through Saturday 10 to 3, and I'm closed Sundays. Come on by, we're waiting to see you.